بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وكذلك مكنا ليوسف في الأرض يتبوأ منها حيث يشاء نصيب برحمتنا من نشاء ولا نضيع أجر المحسنين. And thus we establish Yusuf in the land to settle therein wherever he willed. We touch with our mercy whom we will, and we do not allow to be lost the reward of those who do good. So basically, all these efforts that you go through, whether it's in finances, in life, relationships, whatever, as long as the effort is to do what's correct and what is good, then that effort will not be lost so long as the intentions are correct. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to the Islamic blockchain, and today we're going to go into, of course, the economic situation, the Fed, money printing to infinity and beyond. They've been doing it for a while and they're going to continue. Quote here, the U.S. is about to experience one of the greatest inflationary periods in world history. Any credibility the Fed has left will be lost. Federal Reserve notes soon won't be worth a continental. Basically, the notes dollars. Basically, they're going to go to zero, as we explained before. A great series to watch is The Hidden Secrets of Money by Mike Maloney. Really breaks all this stuff down, but you have to keep reminding yourself that this system, like many others, will not last forever, and you have to be flexible and ready to move. And that is the main reason for getting into cryptocurrency. It's not just to get rich or make a lot of money, but it's to protect yourself. You have to understand it, and you have to be ready to take advantage of it sooner rather than later, inshallah. So when will the dollar collapse? Nobody knows. Nobody knows for sure. Only Allah knows. But point is, how can it collapse if there is an underlying weakness? And we already went over the last few days, and it's well known. The Fed prints money. Inflation makes the currency weaker. They print about 85 billion dollars a month or something like that. It's an astronomical number, and it keeps going. So there definitely is an underlying weakness. There's a viable currency alternative for everyone to buy. Absolutely. If you pay attention, not only cryptocurrency, but a lot of the other nations are going to a national digital currency. And these things, when the currency is not locked into one country where it can be exchanged easily, then if your currency has some weakness, people will be able to easily switch into another one, and that's one option that crypto has. You can easily, instantly move into other currencies. This is going to be common for not just crypto, but anyone who has a currency. If they're not able to have that flexibility, then people won't use it. People will stop using it. A huge economic triggering event that destroys confidence in the dollar, which you have things like 9/11. Coronavirus, and anything can weaken it. So we have a lot of those things going on now. It's being propped up. So people think that it's strong, but the weaknesses are definitely there. But something as simple as if China and Japan dumped the dollar, it could collapse. If just these two countries, which if you pay attention to the news, it's really getting close. China and Russia are already reducing their holdings in the US dollar. So if China and Japan dump the dollar, it's going to collapse. So if you have $1 million under your mattress, guess what? Unless you use it for a mattress, you won't be able to use it for anything else if the dollar collapses. It'll go to nothing and you'll be left holding it back. So as I keep looking for things, one of this Uphold is one wallet that I have keep coming across, and I keep looking and researching into it, and I'll bring some information every time that I find some. But what I have found is that this wallet actually gives you the most flexibility that I've seen that, for instance, if you just had to up and leave the country that you are in for any reason, um, this wallet actually allows you to switch between not only cryptocurrencies, but national currencies, dollars, euros, pounds, Canadian dollars, Polish, whatever that is, and all these other countries. So you literally could wind up in almost any country with just the clothes on your back, basically. And you could switch your funds into any one of these currencies and pick up without needing to transfer to a bank using Swift, where it takes sometimes a week or whatever to transfer money from one country to another. You don't want to have a bunch of money traveling with, because there's plenty of people who have traveled with $20,000, $30,000 or whatever, and it's been confiscated from them, and so they wound up with nothing. So the best way is to have it like this. You might have it in Argentinian pesos, and you can easily switch to Croatian kuna if you wound up in Croatia instantly with zero fees. They actually have zero fees. They don't charge anything for you to transfer the money, which is, to me, was shocking. So that's it's something to think about. To move on, as far as just crypto is concerned, one of the best wallets is crypto.com. We have a link below that you can use if you don't have one. If you do, then you should consider using this. You can make bank transfers and keep your money there. One of the easiest ways really is to just, if you have Cash App, you can get it from Cash App and then send it to your wallet. But in this way, does pretty much the same thing, where you can switch between cryptos, and actually it has a card. So just like a credit card, your debit card, bank card, or whatever, it has the card where you can use it seamlessly, just like you use now, without any issues. Your money's not in a bank, and you can switch that money between currencies instantly without any trouble. They also have some very nice cashback things to go with that. So the link is below, and you can check crypto.com and check out all the features for that. They also have a wallet, a wallet where you don't have it saved on their site. It's saved, and you have the private keys to it, so it's even more secure. Not that that's insecure, but it's an extra layer, an extra step. So the crypto.com wallet also you can check out, but you have to do some of your own research. This is just bringing the information to you so that you can use. So those are some things you definitely can take and do some further research on, but you definitely have to make some effort. You can't just sit and say, well, the bank does use our money and loan it out on interest, but we just have to deal with it. You don't actually have to. You can make some effort to get out of that and also benefit at the same time. You don't have to do it all at once. Just try a little. Try $100 or something like that. And every week or every month or whatever, as you get more comfortable with using some of these products, you can then make the full switch. But you have to make some sort of effort. And with that effort, there's always going to be that effort for doing something that you hope was good for you won't be wasted. The one who created you won't waste your effort, but it will reward you for you making the effort to do something that he sees as good for you. So that's the end of that. Now we'll get into for the traders, for the people who are doing the trading. We'll move on into that category. So the traders, you're definitely going to need a VPN, as we discussed before. The link will be down below, but you definitely need to, number one thing you have to do is you have to pay attention to the price of Bitcoin every single day, probably at least once or twice a day. The best way to do that, is at CoinGecko, for instance, is in the last week it's down 5%, 24 hours it's down 0.9%, but in the last hour it's up 0.3%. But in order to keep yourself updated, you can click on the coin that you want to watch, for this case Bitcoin, and you click on this bell here, and I'm not logged in, but you can set price alerts, right? So you just set a price alert within a range. You set one for below where it's at and one above it. That way you don't have to watch it constantly, but when it hits your alert, you will know what to do as far as your trade setups are concerned, and you'll see that as we go forward. But you definitely have to be very aware of the price of Bitcoin wherever it's at, because every other cryptocurrency, it fluctuates based on how Bitcoin moves. If Bitcoin moves up quickly, everything will fall. If Bitcoin moves down quickly, everything will fall. If Bitcoin just goes sideways, then everything pretty much will go up. So you have to pay attention to that. Moving on, another essential tool is TradingView. TradingView.com. You really should have a TradingView account. There'll be a link down below where you can get a TradingView account and you can get a discount on it. But it is essential for if you're going to be serious about doing trading, you should have a TradingView account. So with that said, is the main thing you need to know if you're going to be a trader. This is not going to be something that's going to come very easily or very quickly. If you don't understand it, you're probably going to lose money. So don't think it's going to be something that you can do. If you haven't put a lot of effort into it, you're probably going to lose money. If you do put the effort into it, you will get out of it the effort that you put in. But it definitely can pay off. But you have to know that it's going to take some effort. It's not going to be something quick and easy, but the rewards will be proportional to the effort that you put in. If you don't put in the effort, know that you'll may get lucky here and there, but then you'll lose. And if you put in the work, you won't be depending on guesswork or someone else. You'll be depending on yourself. So TradingView account is a good thing to have. So the first thing you definitely need to know is what is the trend. You need to know what the trend is. So if you know what the trend is, that's 99% of trading. Knowing the trend and knowing whether it's going up, uptrend, or down, a downtrend, or if it's in a range, just going sideways. Once you can identify that, you're much closer to being able to make a good trade. There's more to it than that, but that's the first thing. If you don't understand the trend, you won't be able to trade very well. So this right here, an uptrend. This is going sideways and downtrend. It seems simple right now. This is going down in this small section here. It's going down, but you need to be able to know which way the coin is moving before you can place a trade. So in this point, we'll take one Bitcoin trade today. Right now, Bitcoin is kind of in a weird spot where we're still going to take a trade, because I didn't take one yesterday just because it was kind of unclear, but for the sake of the video, we'll take one today. So what I'm looking at is, this was a trend that Bitcoin was in. It was between these two trend lines, okay? These lines here was where the trend was at. This is on the 4-hour time frame, okay? And the trend was, it was pretty much, it was still in an uptrend, and it was going sideways a little, and then it broke down outside of this trend. Okay, so now we're kind of trying to establish a new trend and see where it's going to go. It could, it found the support right here. That's what I have highlighted here, around 11,300 or so here, and it bounced off of this, and now it's up here at 11,450 or so. Now, what I'm thinking is that it broke out of this trend, so it balanced here, but it's looking like it will go down further. It could, from here, go back to retest this support, or it could go further all the way down around 10,500. So what we're going to do today is look to try to take a short trade on this. Basically, we have Bitcoin in our account. We're going to try to sell that Bitcoin for USDT, or US dollars, and then when it drops, we'll buy the Bitcoin back at a lower price and take the profit off the tops. So basically, this trend line that I drew here is from the top of this candle along these candles, and if this price continues to go up and then comes and breaks this trend line, then it will have broken this trend, and then perhaps it's going to keep going up, whatever. So our short trade will probably be invalidated, which is why we're going to definitely set a stop loss for this one. And we're only going to use 10% of our capital so that we don't wind up messed up. So we won't wind up losing too much, but basically we're going to take the trade from here. Our stop loss is going to be about, we'll say 1.5, 1.5%. Okay. That way, if it breaks that trend line and comes back down, we won't get stopped out too quickly. And then we'll try to take it down. If it comes in inside this box down to maybe 11.250, we can make 1.8%. That's not much of a gain, but we're really at a weird spot. But we're going to take a trade anyway, just for educational purposes only. And so if it keeps going down into this other area of support, maybe we can get about 8%. So a 1.5% stop loss versus possibly 8 to maybe 10% almost of a gain. So it's kind of worth the risk. The reason why I put this support here is because if we look at where the price is stopping here and bouncing off of, this is why we have a support here around 11.3. Okay, and then over here it went down into here, but this is a support too. And then basically in here is where the price kind of either met resistance or found support. So that's why we have set up there. And if we look historically, if we kind of scroll out, we will see that the price hit here, didn't quite touch there, but it touched here. And so it's kind of just kind of a range. It's not exact on the spot, but we're looking to get down into this area if it does break through this support. So we might get 1 to 2% if it comes here. If it breaks through here, then we can get all the way to 10%. And then we may get stopped out at a 1.5% loss, but we'll take the chance on it. So let's go to the 3C.exchange and let's go to Smart Trade. So in our Smart Trade, we want to go to the USDT Tether market, right? We got $600 in Tether, and then we want to short our BTC. So we hit BTC, USD Tether, and Bitcoin. So now that we've done that, we can come down here to Smart Cover, because we have our Bitcoin and we want to cover the price. We want to go conditional, a limit order. The limit order is going to put it at a certain price, and we're only going to take that price. We're not going to take market where our price could slip and we could lose some. So we have it at 10% of our total amount of US dollars that we have, which is going to be a $61 trade. Okay, I like to do trailing sell sometimes, because if the price continues to go up, it will not sell it immediately, but it'll go up with the price. That way, if the price does keep rising, we won't take as much of a loss. Sometimes it works well, other times it doesn't do so well, but we'll try to do a trailing sell on here and we'll see how it works. We'll take 0.4% trailing sell. Let's do 0.3% trailing sell, because we may only gain 1.8 or 1.5% from this trade or more, but I say 0.3 is not bad for now. Okay, 10% of our total account here. We're not going to risk too much because it's kind of we're kind of in no man's land here anyway. So our take profit is going to be let's take profit at what we thought, 9%. We could split the targets, but right now we're not going to do that because it's only $60. It's not much. And then we could do trailing take profit at 10% of what our take profit was. Actually, let's back this up to 8%. Okay, 8%, and then we'll trail and take profit at 0.8. Okay, that's 10% of our total take profit. Hopefully we can get some more out of the trade. And so we said our stop loss was going to set at 1.5. Stop loss timeout will prevent you from when the price wicks up really high really quickly and comes back down. Let's find a wick, like it wicked down like this or like this, where it wicks down, and this probably is not a short amount of time. It's on a 1 hour. So yeah, these wicks, sometimes they last maybe 1 minute, 1 or 2 minutes, where the price shoots down and then comes back up. But the point is, that's what a stop loss timeout will do. It will wait 300 seconds before it stops you out. With Bitcoin, it's really not like that. It doesn't always do that like other currencies do. So I really don't use it when I'm trading Bitcoin. So a trailing stop loss will continue to inch up your stop loss. If you gain 3%, it will move the stop loss up to where it trails you by 1.5%. So we can put the trailing stop loss on, but for now we're going to leave it off because the price could fluctuate on us and stop us out right now because it's a little bit volatile. So we're not going to put the trailing stop loss on. If this looks like we're just moving really fast and you're a little bit lost, don't worry, we're going to do it almost every day, hopefully, and that way you will catch on to it. But just try to digest what you can, and then the rest we'll fill in as we go. So that's how we're going to set it up. We're going to try to short this and get a little bit of profit out of it. Where are we going to set our conditional buy? Because condition, when the price hits this mark, that's going to set the condition for where we're going to sell 10% of our Bitcoin at the price that it hits, and we're going to look to make a profit at 8%, or we may get stopped at 1.5%. Let's go back to trading view really quick to see where we had our where we decided to try to buy. So looking at about let's see, let's set it let's move this indicator. These are Bollinger Bands. We're not gonna deal with that right now. Let's just let's remove it. Let's see. Let's do this. Let's remove the Bollinger Bands just to get it out of the way. But the reason why I'm setting the price at about 11.5 right here, because this looks like right here there's some support right there, and this is where the trend line hits about. So let's see if we can buy here. 11.521. Let's call it 11.521 an odd number. Can't seem to land on it right now. Let's see. 11.521. Okay. Then where is this 2%? Where's 8% at? And Bitcoin would have to dump pretty hard for us to get all 8%, but I'll show tomorrow how we can, if we're in a profit, we'll lock in our profits and then let it ride the rest of the way. If we get stopped out, then we stop out in a profit. So looks like it's 8% won't quite hit this box, and then we'll let it trail the rest of the way. Trailing take profit, hopefully it'll take us in. So we're gonna set our sell at 11.521, and then set our take profit at 10.598. All right, let's go here. 11.521, 42, 11.521.42. that's where it's going to conditionally sell once it hits this mark, if it hits that mark. And then if the price keeps going up, it'll keep trailing it before it actually sells it until it goes up and then comes down 0.3%. If it goes back down 0.3%, then it'll sell, and we will be locked in the trade until we hit our take profit. So 11,521.42. Now, our take profit, we have it set at 8%. We're probably going to come back and adjust this tomorrow. If we wind up in the profit, we will probably move our stop loss up manually to take advantage of it. But that's where our trade is going to start. We have set our sell here, and this is the smart cover. We're going to set our sell here. We have, we're using 10% of the funds that we have, 8% take profit. We're going to trail once we hit our take profit by 0.8%. Our stop loss will take a loss of 1.5% on our trade if the price rises. But the good thing about this is it's only 10% of our Bitcoin holdings. So if we lost 1.5% of only 10% of our holdings, that's what the other 90% is still going up and it's in profit. You know, so we don't really take a loss, but we're able to, as the price is going down, we're able to keep some of those profits that we have as the price goes down. So we're going to go ahead and create this trade. And it says here where everything that we did, the amount, the price that we're going to sell at, the amount in Bitcoin, the amount in dollars, where stop loss is, take profit, and the trailing sell. And we can put a note in here. We can just say first trade short BTC. Okay. And then we confirm. Okay, and so it will show up down here. The price is here at 11,465. We're going to wait for it to rise about $60 more to 11,521. If it rises there, it will hit that take profit, then it will sell, and then we can see exactly everything that's going on from here. And this will be down here. It shows you the date. You can also, now that you've made this trade, you can share this with anyone that you like by hitting the three dots here. You can always open it now, but don't want to do that unless you know exactly what you're doing. We're not going to do that now. You can edit the parameters of this trade here, and you can take your eyes off of it if you want to. You can put unwatched, and that way if you're, if you can't help but to keep looking at it, you can do that, but you can share. And that's what we'll do. We'll put the link below this video so that if you want to, you can take this trade yourself. I would personally, if you haven't taken these trades, or maybe you should watch and see how successful we are at doing this before just copying. But we'll put the link down low if you want to copy. Okay. So let's let me make sure that I copy that. Copy. Okay. So that's how you can make a trade. That's how you can take a short position or cover a coin that you already hold. You don't buy a coin and then try to short it. If it's a coin that you hold, you can do this. You can do it like this to make a profit, whether it's going up. You can make a profit when it is going down, and that is what we're going to attempt to do now. So that's all for today. Hopefully, going forward, there'll be a lot shorter, but that's it for today. Any comments, leave them below, or you can contact me via email, theislamicblockchain.com, theislamicblockchain@gmail.com, or the other ways that you have of contacting me, no problem. But yeah, 3c.exchange, you can get one of these accounts, get your VPN, get you a TradingView account, CoinGecko, and whatever else that I mentioned, I can't remember right now, but yeah, you'll be well on your way, and inshallah, to being a profitable trader. Okay, that's it for today. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.